Hello dear friends, welcome to today's session. Today's topic is parliamentary model of Indian democracy. Before we begin the question answers, let me explain you a little about parliamentary model of Indian democracy. Basically, the form of the government is parliamentary or presidential. It depends on the relationship that exists between executive and legislature. Where there is a close relationship between executive and legislature, there is parliamentary form of government. Where there is more separation of power, all the powers of three organs of the government are separate, there is presidential form of government. Now, what is the meaning of parliamentary form of government? Parliamentary system of government is known by different names like cabinet form of government, council of minister form of government, prime ministerial form of government. Garner says that cabinet government is that system in which the real executive, the cabinet or the ministry is immediately and legally responsible to the legislature. So, hopefully, the term is clear to you. It is the form, parliamentary model is the form where ministry or executive is responsible towards legislature and indirectly to the people. If we talk about Indian parliamentary system, अगर बात करते हैं तो we have we got freedom on 15th August 1947, and since we have this form, but British had started it in 1919 and they had it in 1935 also. So, we have followed it basically, whatever British implemented in our country. Features of parliamentary model is that their president is nominal head, real head is prime minister or council of minister. There is collective responsibility, there is individual responsibility also, and leadership is of prime minister. Political secrecy is kept secret, every aspect is kept, and there is political homogeneity in the executive, and real executive's tenure is uncertain. If we talk about the shortcomings of the parliament, our parliament, Indian parliament, there is lack of healthy conventions, lack of political honesty, too many ordinances are issued, multi-party system, there are too many political parties, unprincipled alliances, hung parliament, there is problem of defection, etc. So, let us begin with the question answer. First, multiple choice question. The Indian parliament consists of how many houses? We know that our parliament has two houses. दो हाउसेज हैं, याद रखना. लेकिन अगर पार्लियामेंट कंसिस्टेंस किसका स्ट्रक्चर पूछा जाता है, फॉर्मेशन पूछा जाता है, तो यू विल से लोकसभा राज्यसभा प्लस प्रेसिडेंट. President includes in parliament because president gives assent to the bills, right? So, otherwise houses are 2. So, answer is B, 2. Let us move to the next question. Which house of the Indian parliament is also known as the council of states? Council of states का मतलब होता है राज्य सभा. House of people is Lok Sabha and council of state is Raj Sabha. So, answer is B, Raj Sabha. Keep in mind. Next question is, member of Lok Sabha are directly elected by whom? By the people of India. So, answer is C. Okay. And member of legislative council are indirectly elected. Keep in mind. The prime minister is appointed by the president. Keep in mind, who appoints prime minister? President. Same way, in states, CM is appointed by governors. Who presides over the joint sitting of both the House of the Parliament? It is the Vice President, right? And President calls it. President calls the joint sittings. Vice President presides over it. What is the maximum strength of the member in Rajya Sabha? It is 250. And Lok Sabha 445 right now. Let us see what happens next. They are about to change it after 2026. Who acts as the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha? Ex officio chairman is Vice President. Keep in mind. What is the tenure of a member of Rajya Sabha? It is 6 years. Every 2 years, 1/3 members retire from the Rajya Sabha. And Rajya Sabha is the permanent house, keep in mind. The president can nominate how many members to the Rajya Sabha? 12 members can be nominated by the president. Keep in mind, V is the answer. The Indian parliamentary system is based on the principle of fusion of powers. We don't have separation of power. America has separation of power. We don't have president rule. We don't have proper federalism. We are quasi-federalist, but it is fusion of power. So answer is D, fusion of power. The principle of collective responsibility of the Council of Ministers is to whom? It is to Parliament, because they are responsible in front of the Parliament. To the legislature they are responsible. In parliamentary model, there is close relationship between executive and the legislatures, as executive are chosen from the legislature, from the Parliament. Who decides whether a bill is a money bill or not? It is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, and in case of the state, it is the Speaker of the legislature. The Indian parliamentary system follows the principle of universal adult franchise. Keep in mind, out of this universal adult franchise, right? It means all those who are adult have right to vote. In our country, it is 18 years. In some countries, it is 21 years too. A vote of no confidence can be initiated against the Council of Ministers by Lok Sabha, because Lok Sabha has more power in comparison to it. Which committee scrutinizes the government's budgetary proposals? It is Estimates Committee. There are certain committees by which the Parliament works, so it is scrutinized by Estimate Committee. The first session of the each year in the Parliament is known as budget session each year, but when new Parliament meets, new Lok Sabha, it is inaugural session. So our answer is budget session every year. Who has the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha? President has the power. On the recommendation of the Prime Minister, if he sees fit, it is fit to dissolve, then he dissolves. Yes, she dissolves. If the Prime Minister is, President is a lady, then she, then if the man, he. The concept of parliamentary privileges is related to right and power of the Parliament. Yes, that is parliamentary privileges. C. What is the minimum age required to become the member of Lok Sabha? It is 25 years. Keep in mind. For local elections, panchayats and municipal corporation 21, for Lok Sabha 25, for Raj Sabha 30, for to be president and vice president 35 years of age, and to vote, voting age is 18 years. The Lok Sabha is also known as the House of the People. The answer is A, House of the People. Democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Who said it? It was Abraham Lincoln, the American Prime Minister, the great American President Abraham Lincoln. Which of the following is not are characteristics of parliament form of government? Political homogeneity is required. Conflict between executive and legislature? No, it is not. Leadership prime minister? It is right. Legal recognition to opposition party? That is true. True. So B is the answer. And conflict between executive and legislature. Next question is, from which country was parliamentary system of the government in India adopted? From England. England. It is from England. Parliamentary system is from England. US answer is wrong here. It is not USA. It is England. In USA there is presidential form of government. Next question is, the real executive in India is opposition parties in parliament. Wrong. It is the prime minister and the council of ministers. So let us check as D. Answer is D, the real executive. Okay. Next question is, a non-member of parliament may be appointed prime minister for a maximum terms of 6 months. Keep in mind, 6 months. And then further, if he is to choose to continue as a prime minister, then he'll have to have membership, or further extension can be done. Which of the following economic problem affects the democracy of India? Poverty is the main problem that affects the economy of our country. So economic problem it is. Okay, now let's move to the fill and the blanks. Right. First fill in the blanks is, parliament system of government is also known as the provincial government या cabinet government or council of minister government. So anything you can fill here. The next question is, the Constitution of India provides for dash parliament in the center. Bicameral, दो house वाला. Bicameral means दो house वाला. In a parliamentary system, the existence of dash and dash executive are essential. Existence of nominal and real executives are essential. The council of minister is headed by the prime minister. So here the answer would be prime minister. The council of minister is collectively responsible to the parliament and indirectly to the people. So here you will write parliament, and in parliament also specially to the house of the people. Keep in mind. Question number 6, the dash play a leading role in the formation of council of minister. Prime minister. Prime minister plays a leading role. Next is, a dash of parliament can stay as prime minister for a maximum period of 6 months. It means a non-member of parliament can stay as minister for 6 months, for the period of 6 months. Question number 8 is, the dash can make the council of minister resign by passing a vote of no confidence against it. The parliament, Lok Sabha, right? Lok Sabha can make the council of minister resign by passing a vote of no confidence against it. Question number 9, dash is the member of parliamentary system. Dash is the mother of parliaments, Great Britain. And question number 10 is, dash has replaced the value of morality and honesty in the Indian political system. Dash means opportunism has replaced the values of morality. And question number 11, the system of parliamentary government works efficiently in bi-party system. That's true. Let's move to true and false questions now. Let's move to true and false. Right. Let's see. First question is, the minister are politically and legally responsible to the legislature for their public acts and policies. That is true. On 15th August 1947, India was freed from the yoke of British rule. That is true. The Constitution of India provides only for real executives. That's wrong. There is nominal and real both. The Council of Ministers is headed by Prime Minister. That is true. The maximum elected strength of the Lok Sabha is 550. 550, and that is true. Right now we have 545 only. The maximum strength of Raj Sabha is 250. That is true. True. The President is authorized to nominate 2 members of Anglo-Indian community in Lok Sabha. 7th, that is true. The political system in India works on the principle of leadership of the Prime Minister. That is true. The President is the pivot of all executive authority in India. That is true. It means all power is vested in the President and the Prime Minister uses those powers. It is the President who elects the minister and distributes portfolio among them. That's wrong. That's false. It is the Prime Minister who does it. A non-member of the Parliament can stay as minister for a maximum period of 6 months. That is true. And the leaders of opposition in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are given the status of a minister of cabinet. That is true. These were true and false questions. Let us move to the question of one word or one line answers. First question is, write down one feature of the parliamentary form of government. It is provision of the parliament, leadership of Prime Minister. There is difference between executive, real executive and nominal executive. How many houses are there in the parliament? The parliament comprises of 2 houses, Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha. Who can elect the Anglo-Indian representatives? President of India. What is the maximum strength of Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha? Lok Sabha is 550, Raj Sabha is 250. Who is the pivot of executive authority in India? That is President. Who is the head of the Council of Ministers? Prime Minister. What is the basic principle of parliamentary form of government? Collective responsibility. What do you mean by collective responsibility? Collective responsibility means all members of the Council of Ministers must stand or fall together. Must stand or fall together. That is collective responsibility. What does the Article 74 of the Indian Constitution describe? It describes the Prime Minister as the head of the Council of Ministers. What is political homogeneity? It means the ministers are drawn from the same political party. Homogeneity, एक जैसे, same party से होने चाहिए minister. The next question is, which law was passed in August 1977? It was the Salary and Allowances of Leader of Opposition in Parliament Act 1977. Who can dissolve the Council of Ministers in Parliament? President can dissolve. Write one reason of adopting parliamentary system of India. Old history, accountable political accountability is fixed, and old experience too, I have told. Write one defect in the Indian parliamentary ruling system. Multiple character of opposition in India. Defection system also. Defection is very big problem. Multi-party system. Multiple character of opposition. Who is the real executive in India? Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers is the real executive. Write one characteristic of parliamentary system in India. Responsibility for executive to legislature. Write any 2 effects of poverty on Indian democracy. Okay, first is less participation by the voters because they are poor, due to poverty, and people are less interested in political activities. So these can be the 2 effects of poverty. as they are on their hardy daily wages work. Their economic worries are more than their political worries. So this is all from this chapter. Hopefully you got it. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.